Okay guys, it's Monday the 5th of January and I've just been entered into a short position after the 7:40 a.m. pin bar on the FTSE. So basically we have rallied up and we have shown a rejection at this zone at 7,387. And we are setting up potentially for a double top. Now it is very early in the morning. I was actually still setting up for the day. I'm watching obviously the center of the double top for a potential reaction. If we get the reaction from that level, I'll likely just come out of the trade. What I'm looking for is really for the market to break down into the zone down below, down toward 7,374. It is pretty early in the morning. I don't tend to get into too many trades before 8 a.m. But this one, I mean, it has set up absolutely fine. It's given me the confluences that I need to get into the position. So let's see how we get on with this one. Okay, so we're about a minute away from the 8 a.m. open. I'm still watching this market. It is starting to bounce around a little bit, which is expected coming into 8 a.m. I'm not really looking to come out of the trade. It is still rejecting. The only problem is with ATM, it can get a little bit sort of choppy. With a tight stop especially, it can just pop up and take you out of the trade, but it's not giving me any reasons to come out. It hasn't given me a solid test of that management point yet, so I am going to stay in this trade, and we'll see how we get on. It looks like it is going to spike into the ATM open. And the stop is there, you know, if it does come up and take me out, I'm still happy with the trade, but I am looking for that 374 level at a minimum. Okay, so a bit of a bullish press up. Okay guys, so that trade has now completed. It got out around about that 374 level just as it started to break down a little bit, but it has actually came all the way down and tested at 357. It actually looks like it's going to continue on its bearish run at present. This is a strong level of support for me. What I was really looking for early morning was a buy position from this level. But what you can see is pre-market, it came in very, very nice, strong wave up. It's too early for me. I don't trade before sort of 7:30 in the morning, but it made a very, very strong bullish run up. However, we then started to see rejection coming into this zone. We popped back up once again. We started to get further rejection. With this 7:40 a.m. pin bar right here, I was looking for the potential of a double top. This was my entry candle. I was watching at the center point of that double top because on double tops, even if they are going to fail, quite often the failure comes at this level. Not always, but it's a good level to look as a management point. So we came down at 745. For me, this just didn't test at this level. If we zoom in a little bit, you can see the rectangle. You see it's just testing just up above it. Didn't quite test at these lows, so I was happy to hold on to the trade. But then really, after 755, so just before the open, in all honesty, I was expecting this market to stop me out. At 8 a.m, quite often you see a very choppy market, so even if it still came down, because it's 8 a.m, there was a potential there for it just to spike up and take out the stop level. However, it hadn't given me any signs to come out of the trade. I still had that double top in play. And we also had that MA200 sitting just up above for a little bit of resistance also, and it ended up coming down and completing nicely. Now for the trade setup, the double top was there. Over the weekend, we had made a strong gap down. So it was round about, let's have a look, around about 35 points. So quite a significant gap on the FTSE. We then pressed up and we closed the gap. The reason I was looking up here was because quite often at the creation point of gaps, and when the gap then fills, so the gap closes, the market comes back up and tests at the gap levels, you see a little bit of resistance. Now, if I'd been entering just off of this, I would have been a little bit less keen on the position, but because we then had that double top, it gave me a solid level to watch as a management point. It gave me enough reasons for the trade, so I was happy to get into that short position, and it has worked out well. I mean, I was finished by around about 8:01 a.m. As I always say with these trades, they don't happen very often, But it's one of the things with trading when they do happen. I don't know any other job, that you can sit at the computer and be finished after a 1 minute workday. I mean, it's not technically a 1 minute workday. I have to say that also. The market opened at 8. It came down and completed. However, I'm at the computer from sort of 6:30 a.m. setting everything up. I was in the trade by 7:40, and then it completed at 8 a.m. Let's just bring this up anyway. Gain today, so £540. A good way to start the week. Just another quick thing to go over with these trades. So since Christmas, before Christmas, I said this is how I was going to start doing it. I just posted up the first trade that I take each week. I used to just post up whatever trade I took on a Tuesday. The reason I stopped doing it that way is because, some days there are just no trades. So if I do the first trade that I take each week, it means there's always going to be a trade, or almost always going to be a trade to post on the Wednesday. Because Monday and Tuesday, it's very, very unlikely there's not going to be a setup during those days. Now, I think almost every trade, in fact, I think only one trade since Christmas that I've posted has not been from Monday at some point. And it was on a Tuesday, and I can remember it because the Monday we had a very, very sideways price action. The FTSE was in, I think it was around about a 15-point range. There was absolutely nothing to trade on the market, so I just ignored. The FTSE for the day. The reason I post up the first trade I take each week also is because it means I can't cherry pick the trades. The reason I'm going over this just because it got mentioned last week on the video that someone wanted to see more losses. If I'm posting up the first trade I take each week, it means I can't cherry pick the trades. If I'd had multiple losses, it's obviously it's 8:01 a.m. If I had multiple losses here, it would not equal the profit. It would equal losses. That's the reason I show you this also. But yeah, that's how I do it. What I'm not going to do is start taking poor trades so I can post up losses. This is an income source. My bank manager is not interested that I'm showing losses so people can see losses. The bank manager is interested in me paying the mortgage. So I'm not going to throw trades just to show losses. It's Monday morning. It's the first trade I've taken. It's right up here for you guys, and that's the way I'm just going to continue doing it. It's the way I'm happy to do it, and it means I can't cherry pick the trades, which is what I'm trying to show. Okay, so that was everything for this setup. It worked out very nicely, as I mentioned. After this one, there was the potential there for it to spike up coming into the 8 a.m. open, but it's came down. It's completed very nicely. Really, I could have held on for more profit. It's probably around about 10 points I could have added to it, which would have been another £500. However, my analysis when I came into the trade was this level was a potential good level of support. So as the market came down, I just exited the trade. Okay guys, so as always, I hope that was helpful. I hope you all have a great trading week. I'm James Orr, and thank you.